Okay, good day class. So the topic for today is about the installation of Numpy and about the array. So as you know, Numpy is one of the Python libraries that is being used for data analytics. So to install the Numpy, we can have this line of code, no? Pero ang hambal ko gani may ara na kitang Anaconda platform that already installed in our laptop or PC. Then no need to install this one, no? But if you are using Google Colab, same sa akon, ang aton nga ng PyClass already installed naman sa aton nga library nga Google Colab kung baga. So it is being embedded here, no? Embedded na siya sa Google Colab, so we don't have to install every time that we use the library or we use the Numpy library. Okay, so for the purpose of presentation, I'm going to run this code. The code is pip install numpy. So to run, Control Enter. Okay, so we have to wait. Okay, so as you can see, we have here the output. So requirements already satisfied. So numpy and user lib, no. So that means to say that is already installed. Numpy library is already installed, and the package version is 1.19.5. Okay. So as I've said, we don't have to run or we don't have to install the numpy every time we run the numpy library. Instead, we just have to use this line of code. So import numpy. So just have to hit the Control Enter button, and then yes, so that is our numpy library is being imported. Okay, so sample code we have to run. So this line of code is imported the numpy and then has an single dimensional array which has the element of 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 elements, and it displays the output, no, kung anong aton nga content sang aton nga array. Okay, so we have here another line of code which is import numpy as np. So the np here is being used as an alias for the numpy. Okay, so that means to say we have this import numpy as np. So because the np represent as the alias of the numpy, so every time we write the code, we don't have to enter the whole numpy word, but instead we can use the alias. So err here or is the name, no? Name of the array. Okay? So, or variable name, no? It will hold the value of the array, which is which has 5 elements, and of course we can print. Okay. I hope everybody can catch up, no? So let's proceed to another one. Checking numpy version. Okay, so as I've said, the libraries as well, the Python itself is very dynamic and very it improve progressively. So damo na siya version class, no? Say for example, 2 years ago, maybe you are using ang daan pa nga numpy version, but right now there is an update and a latest version. So if you are going to run a program which was developed 3 years ago, probably mas mas old version ang imo nga ginamit nga numpy, or probably may ara siya malikramo siya nga deprecated. Okay, and you have to update. Okay? So to know the version, we can have this line of code. Okay? So import numpy as np, and then we have this one, print the np dot. This is actually a to the underscore, no? Duwa ka underscore ni siya, no? So, 1, 2. Version, then another one, 1, 1, 2. Okay? So, that will print the version, no? Yung version sang version attribute. Okay? To run, okay, let's hit Control Enter keys. Okay, so that's it. So, as you can see here, when we install the Numpy package or Numpy library, we have this version. So, yes, it's correct, no? 1.19.5 Numpy version. Okay? So, class, if you have any question, you can write down, and during our next meeting, you can ask me about that question. Okay? And the next one is Numpy creating arrays. So as I've said, the main purpose of Numpy library is to create or to support array. Okay? So kung maghambal kita class yang nga ang Python, it has its own code or syntax for array processing, no? Pero this is Numpy is a library for analytics, no, for data analytics. So it is the purpose, no? So, may ara siya nga different manipulation nga methods, okay? And functions. So, create a Numpy and array object. So, Numpy is used to work with array, no? And the arrays object in Numpy is called end array, no? So, damo siya. We can create a Numpy and array object by using this one. So, array function. So, array, then ang function symbol, or open and close parentheses, no? That is the function. So, let's have this as an example. So, import numpy as np. We have this one-dimensional array. Okay? So, this code will print the array, no? The array elements, and then it will show the type of the data type or the object, no? Object type. So in this example, so this is in Python function tells us the type of the object passed to it, like in the above code, it used R or ARR as a numpy.endArray type. So, class numpy.endArray class. Okay? So, we have here type, no? We just have to create a type, then we have this one. So, paano naton gani mabalaan ang ano? Yeah, we just have to hit Control Enter. Okay? So, to create an end array, we can pass a list, tuple, or any array-like object into array method, and it will be converted into an array. So, say for example, no, as I've said, ang Python nga normal nga class may ara saya nga it can manipulate lists and tuples. But in Numpy also can convert, no, pwede siya maka-convert sa end array ang aton nga list and tuples. How? So we just have to put here kundi ang aton nga array is actually, no, kung nagagamit kita sang Numpy, usually may amo kita ni, no, may amo kita ni nga kuan baliktad. Okay, we have this. So we have this, no. Pero ang tuple or list nga mo ni siya, pwede ta ni siya class ma-convert sa end array by having this line of code. Okay? So we have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 end array. Okay? So, buot silingon ang list and tuples, we can convert them into an array version. Okay? By having this code. Okay, so I hope naintindihan class. And we will be discussing dimensions in arrays. Okay? So, a dimension in array is one level array depth or nested array. So, nested array are arrays that have arrays their elements as their elements. Okay? So, kung ano ang ilasulod, that is their elements. So, zero-day arrays. So, create a zero-day array with a value of 42. So, that means class, pili kita mo lang isa, no? Hindi, this is not a, ano ka tag ni? This is 0 days. So, but silingon, this is not a, ano ka tawag ni? Lain siya, no? Lain siya ang pagbutang, no? So, we can have one value or one element only. Okay? For the 0D. And 1D or one-dimensional arrays. So, an array that has 0D arrays that as its element is called unidimensional or 1D array. Okay? And these are the most common basic arrays. So, amo gid siya ang pinaka-basic nga makita naton class. 0D. Okay, so wala siya no, wala siya sang D no. Wala siya sang tawag ni? We have this very basic array which is one-dimensional array. So, pwede kita mag-print. Yes. So, tandaan lang natin kung one-dimensional class, isa lang ni siya, no? Isa lang siya. Okay? Isa lang siya ka-dimension. But silang isa lang ka mo ni. Magabal kita nga damo or dua. Duga nga isa ka mo ni, no? So, maging two-dimensional siya. So, for two-dimensional array, it has one D arrays. And its elements is called 2D arrays. And this is often used to represent matrix. No? And or second-order tensors. Numpy has whole sub-module dedicated towards matrix operating called numpy.math. So, in this case, we have two, no? So, isa ka ni ka set. So, isa mo na nina. So, therefore, kung i-control enter na ton, so, amo ni siya class. So, duwa ka bilog. 1, 1, 2. Okay? 2 dimensions. 2-dimensional arrays. Okay, let's proceed to 3Ds, no? Or 3D arrays. An array that has 2D array. So, duwa siya kabilog, no? 1, 2, no? So, 1, 2, 3, 4. So, kung lang tawon, anak natin siya class, we have 1, I think I made a mistake, no? Okay, so I have to remove this one. This is just an example, no? But this is the real thing, no? Okay? So, buot silingon class, we have 1, 2, 3. Tatlo kabilog, no? We have 1, 2, 3, 4. May ara kita class nga 2D arrays, no? Ang pagpakita sini naton is that print E. Mali siya. Okay. So, this is the correct one. We have 2D, no? Duwa ka bilog siya. Okay? Pero, amo na, ang kung isipon naton, we have 1, 2, 3. 3-dimensional arrays. So, tatlo. 1, 2, 3. Okay? So, amo na siya ang mag-create kita class. So, 1, 2, 3, 4. 4 sets siya. Okay? So, mag-represent kita sina class using matrix, no? Kay mahambal kita ganing ang 2D array is, you know, matrix ina siya, no? Or matrices. So, okay, so in our actual lesson next week, no, we'll have review this one. Because I'm going to represent to you an example of matrix. Okay? So, check the number of dimensions. So, we can also check the number of dimensions. So, Numpy array provides the endem attribute that returns the integer that tells us how many dimensions the array has. So, ang array naman niya class is hambalon niya kita, no? Kung pila ini ka dimensions ang aton nga create. Okay? So, ang area class additional ko nito, I will remove this one, no? This is just my example. So, kung lang taon na ito, it has, okay, this is 0D, 1D, okay, 2D, 3D. Okay, so that is, butang lang nato siya class name of the variable that endem. Okay? So, there are still, no, mga higher dimensional arrays. So, we discussed the until 3-dimensional arrays. So, but still, we can have more. Okay? For this one, we can count 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. So, this is 5-dimensional arrays. Na? So, with 4 elements. So, amo na siya kalas maglantaw kita. Okay? So, pwede kita maka-specify, no? So, limbawa, 6. So, ano matabo? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. So, 6-dimensional arrays. Okay. I hope naintindihan naton class, no? Kung ginahambal ni ma'am nyo. I will be giving you the copy of this notebook. Okay, Numpy array indexing. So, there is a way to access the array elements, no? Kung anong sulod sa specific nga aton nga index value. When we say index value, so ang index number naton class, it starts with 0. Okay? So, kung baga, na-learn nyo na in class sa previous classes ninyo or sa previous nga mga course nga na-take up ninyo, no? That an array, ang paano natin ma-access is may ara siya nga index number and it starts with 0. For this one, ang halimbawa, 1 nga value, ang iya sa ni index is 0, then 1, then 2, then 3. Okay? So, it has a 0 to 3 index, no? So, paano nato na siya ma-access? By specifying the number of or the index number para ma-access natin siya. So, ang index, kung magain sa aton nga limang term, ang index number nga na class amo na ang nag-hold sang value sang amo na nga array element. Okay? So, kung gusto ta na siya i-access nga array, we have to know what is the index number which is holding that array element. Okay? So, array indexing is the same as accessing an array element. You can access an array element by referring to its index number. So, as I've said, no? Tama. So, the indexes in Numpy array start with 0, meaning that the first element has index 0, and the second has index 1, and so on and so forth. So, for this example, if we want to access the element 4, so we have to print the index 3, no? Para makuha nato ni ang element 4. And so on, no? For this one, hello, ang 0. And for this one, pwede kita ka-add, no? In this case, ginbutang ko lang ni ka-example. In this example, ang plus class, gin-treat siya as concatenation nga operation, no? Kung mga hindi siya addition, no? So, if this is a number value like 3, so 7 ang output, no? Okay? So, I hope you understand, no, this operation. Operations, sometimes this stands for concatenation. Depende sa element, no? Kung if say for example, this value is text. So, the output is 34. Na? Kaya i-add lang sila nga duwa or i-append. Okay. That is for accessing the one-dimensional array. How about accessing the two-dimensional array? So, to access the elements from 2D array, we can use comma-separated integer representing the dimensions and the index of the element. Na? Again, to access 2D element arrays, we can use comma, no? Separated integer to represent the dimension. So, paano? Say, for example, two-dimensional siya, no? We can have 1 as to access, no? Ang values ng matrix natin is 1, no? So, let's say, for example, can we draw or something? Add form, add comment. Okay. Hindi kita makadraw abikla. So, I just really want to present to you the dimensions, no, or the matrix. For this one, 1 is kung lang tawon is naton class sa matrix. Okay, so say for example, no, so to represent that two-dimensional array in a matrix form, so usually, no, muna si ma'am nyo mag-add. So, we have to add or insert above. Okay. And insert left. Okay. So, this is 0 index. Okay. And this is 0 man, no? Sorry. This is 0. This is 1, and this is 0, this is 1. So, this number class is the index number. Okay. So, for this value, sa first nato, no, we have first dimension nato, no, we have value 1, 2, 3, 4. Okay. Aton nga index number is 3. Okay. And sa second nga element or sa second dimension, we have, I think this is 4, no, under 4. And this is number 5. So, therefore, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. So, if we are to access sa aton, say for example, nga, ano dire, which is the print the second element in the first dimension. So, second element is 2. Okay? And I think this is wrong, sorry. This is not 1 and 4, no? If we want, no, sorry, we have to check this one, no? Second element on first dimension is, second element is 2, okay? So, 2, this must be 0, okay? Okay, and this must be on the first dimension. 0, 1. No? So, the second element on the first dimension is this 2. Okay, so we want to print number 2. So, therefore, we have to have the 0 and 1, first dimension, and amo na yung reference naton. Okay? So, for the value sang aton nga index sa babaw, this one is 2, no? So, kung gusto ta mag-print sa second element on the first dimension, nga diri, okay? Amo ni dapat ang i-print naton. So, ano ang ibutang naton diri? Okay? So, dapat 0, 2, no? So, let's try. Oops, 3, sorry. So dapat, amo ni siya, na? Ang aton nga value. So, we have to try, na? Okay. So, change lang ko class ang screen na shared, no? Okay, so in this example, so ginra ni ma'am nyo, no? Ginra naton ang aton nga example. So, if we want to access this one, because this is the second element on the first dimension, so amo ni ang aton nga dapat nga ibutang nga ang tawag ni ang aton nga index number. So, what if we want to access this one? Okay? Or number 5. So, we can have 0 and number 4. So, therefore, it will print the value of, ano yung print niya? 5. Okay? So, amo na siya class. So, second element. So, remove lang natin siya, no? Ibutang natin siya nga fifth element. Okay? Okay, so nga aman, 0, 1, 2, 3, 4. Okay? But this is the fifth element. Okay? And we have to put 0 as our reference refers sa first dimension. Okay. Next example is fifth element on second dimension. So, paano? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. So, that means second dimension is 2. Butang natin din no, sa 2. And then, we have to count 0, 1, 2, 3, 4. So, fourth na index number or index value. Index number, yes. So, what if gusto naman natin i-print or i-access ang 8 sa second dimension? So, 1, 0, 1, 2. Ilis lang kita na. Okay? So, practice ka mo class, no? Para at least it is easier for you to know how to access the arrays in the array elements in arrays. So, for this one, paano naman ko, no? For 3D, to access element in 3D array, we can use comma-separated integer representing the dimensions and the index of the elements. Okay? So, paano ini siya? So, okay, so for the how to access the three-dimensional arrays, so we have this example, no? So, say for example, we can access the third element of the second array of the first array. So, that means to say, we have to represent, no? I-represent naton class ang aton class nga array in this form. So, mayara kita class nga ang first naton class nga dimension, no? We have to represent it in this way. So, say for example, ang una naton class, no, if you can see, no, kung i-run naton ang aton nga third dimensional array or 3D or three-dimensional array, so in this example, we can have this value. So, that means to say, we have 2D, no? May ara kita nga no, topic ko na to ni isa ka set kag duha ka set, no? So, that means to say, pwede naton siya class ma-represent in this way, no? So, ang aton nga 0, 0, 0 nga index is value is 1. Okay? The 0, 0, 0, 1 is 2. The 0, 0, 2 is 3. Okay? And the 0, 1, 0 is 4. So, until such time class nga matapos naton tanan, no? So, kung malantaw naton 1, 2, 3. So, amo na siya ang buot silingon nga 3-dimensional siya. Kay, pila siya ka column? 3. Okay? So, una, ikaduwa, ikatatlo. So, isa-isahon naton kung i-matrix naton ni class sa table, medyo budlayan kita mag-represent, no? Hindi naton siya dali makita. So, however, if we break down our array in this way, mas madali siya, no? Sorry, this is, lang, remove na to ni class. This is for 2-dimensional, no? So, amo na siya ang iya nga itsura. So, if we are to find, say for example, if gusto naton i-print ang i-access naton ang 12, in which ara siya sa first, second, third, no? Ari siya sa may, na-fall sa may, anong itag ni? Sa 1, 1, 2. Okay? So, di kita mampisa, no? Reference naton is ara siya sa, kung lang taon naton siya, ara siya sa first column. Okay? Then, kung sa second column naman, the index value is 1, no? And then, 2 ang iyagid dyan nga ang iyagid dyan nga index, no? So, let's try. Let's try to run. We have 1, 1, 2 value. Okay, so that's why it's 12, no? So, kung medyo pamata lang class, syempre, pwede man natin i-assume, no? Kung gusto natin i-access ang 12, how? Okay? Paano natin na siya i-access? So, ang gina siya class. So, ang pinaka-last is 1, 1, 2. So, pinaka siya kadalom. So, ara siya sa value nga 2. Kung, si for example, gusto naman natin i-access ang 12, 11, pwede 1, 1, 1, no? So on, so on. Kung gusto natin naman i-access class ang 10, so, 0, no? So, ara, makita na to, no? For this example, ang kaina to gusto nato na i-access ang 3. Okay? So, that's why value kita nga 0 sa first siya. Okay? Sa first array siya. And then, 1, no? But silingon, ara siya sa secondary array, no? And then, ang 3 is ang specific niya gid nga location, 0, 1, 2. Sorry, 2 dapat. Okay? So, po ang 3. Ang aton nga 6 nga value. No? So, amo ni siya. Kung gusto naman natin ma-access ang ini, so, syempre, i-zerohon nato na dire. 0, 1, 2. So, 3 magwa. Okay? So, what about gusto to naman i-access ang array? Paano? So, for this 4, so, kung ilang taon na ton sa aton nga illustration, no? Pag-illustrate naton, this value would fall still sa 0. Tapos, check naton, no? Ara na siya sa 1. Okay? So, 1 na siya. And then, ara siya sa pinakauna. So, 0. So, that's why 4. Okay? So, kung i-access naman natin diri ang 7, so, this 7, ara na ni siya class sa may 1. Sa ikaduha siya, no? So, sa una, no? Gusto natin 7. So, kung sa 7 naman, so, 1, ara pa lang siya sa una gid, 0. 1, 0, 0. Yes, 7. Okay? So, that is how we do it, no? Kung ara naman sa 10, ara na siya sa last, no? 1, 1, 0. Okay? So, ano lang class, no? Get yourself familiarized with it. So, practice lang, no? Constant practice. So, para nga practice makes perfect. Okay? So, amo na siya mag-access ang 3D. Okay? So, next, we have the negative indexing, no? So, ato yung na positive. So, what about ang mag-access kita naman sa negative? Okay? So, we can also access class on negative, the array, no, from the end. So, by using this one, no. So, kung gusto naton i-access class ang aton nga value nga 10, we can have this 1, -1 nga code, no. So, in this example, so gusto naton i-access ang 10. So, print the last element from the second dimension. Okay? So, next, we will have the Numpy array slicing. So, slicing an array in Python means that taking elements from one given index to another given index. So, we pass slice instead of index like this. So, start and end. So, we have two, no? And we can also define the step, no, like this. So, we have ang condition ng umpisa. So, di kundi siya matapos, kag pila ka step. Okay, muna siya bot silingon. If we don't pass start, it's considered by default as 0 kung wala naton siya na-define. If we don't pass an end naman, consider the length of the array, that is the dimension. So, hasta lang siya sa pinaka-end ga dimension. So, if we don't pass step, it's considered 1. Okay? So, in this example, slice element from index 1 to index 5 from the following array. So, this is the start. So, ma-start siya sa 1, which is from here. Okay? And then, to the index 5, no? Hasta sa index 5. So, in this example, so kung i-try naton, ang i-run naton, ma-start siya sa 2, ma-start siya dire, no? Hasta siya masamay index 5, no? 0, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Okay? So, i-exclude naton ang iya nga self, no? Okay? So, kay amo ni ang iya nga limit. Okay? And slice from index 4 to the end of the array. So, ano naman ni siya ya? So, in this example, i-slice naton ang halin sa index 4 hasta sa end. So, ang step naton is considered 1. So, hasta sa katapusan, no, which is 7. So, ma-start kita diri sa 4. So, 0, 1, 2, 3, 4. So, ang ipakita naton, that means to say, we have to show, kay slice naton to ang halin lang, no? Halin lang kita diri sa my index 4, so 5, 6, 7. So, kay wala nato na nabutang class, ang na-specify ko pila ka step, so 1 step lang. Ang end, why man nato na-specify, so it's considered to be the last element. So, amo na siya. So, what about the slice element from the beginning to the index? So, in this case naman, we have no start, we have no step, but we have end. So, not to include 4, no? 0, 1, 2, 3, 4. So, hasta lang siya dire, no? Hasta lang siya sa may 4. Kaya hindi na ito na pag-include ang 4, guys. Included ang 4 sa pag-slice. Okay? So, negative slicing naman, use the minus operator to refer to the index from the end. So, in this example, we have the start. So, sa negative, no, negative 3. Okay? 0, 0, 1, 2, 3. So, diri siya mumpisa. Okay? And then, hasta siya sa may negative 1 nga diri. So, that's why 5, 6 lang ang ginpakita na. Okay, gin-slice na. So, what about naman niya ang step? So, use the step to determine the step of slicing. Okay? So, in this example, return every other element from index 1 to the index 5. So, in this example, we have ma-start kita sa 2. Okay? 0, 1, 2. O, sige. Sirigali kita ma-start. Sorry. And then, we will end, or we have 18 steps. Ilan na ito na mo. Okay, we have diin ko no, we have 18. Okay? Okay, so pila ka steps ang gamiton naton. Okay? So okay. And then to index 5, 0, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. So buot silingon sina, we will have ang gamito naton is ma-start kita class sa 2, then pila ka bilog ang aton nga ano 4, be, and return every other element from index 1 to index 5. So that means to say malaktod kita class, no? Ma-count kita 4. Okay? 4 times of 4 steps. Okay, so we have 1, 2, 3, 4. Okay? So hasta kita 0, 1, 2, 3. 0, 1, 2. Okay, ma-start kita sa 3. So, example lang ha. Ma-start kita halimbawa sa 3. Start with 3. Okay? Then, ang limit natin is 18. So, apat ang iato nilumpat, no? 0, okay. 1, 2, 3, 4. So, that's why 7 naman ang kita naton. Dayon, 1, 2, 3, 4. So, 11 naman dayon. Okay, pila ka step? 1, 2, 3, 4. So, we have 15. Okay? Hasta na sa 18. Okay? So, kung malantaw naton class, we have the, para hindi kita ma-confuse. Okay? So, ang aton nga ano is, we have start and, okay? And start and step. Hindi kita dapat ma-confuse diri. Okay. So, hindi na kita ang example na to. So, ang steps ya class is, ano no? So, this is the start, this is the end, this is the steps. So, very easy man lang siya. Okay? So, I hope na intindihan, no? And return every other element from the entire array. Every other element. So, because this is the start, this is the end, this is the steps. So, kay wala na specify, this is considered as, actually, this is considered as 0. This is considered as 10. Ang pinaka-last. And this is the step. So, buot silingon, it will start with 1, dayon 3, dayon 5, dayon 7, dayon 9. Okay? So, kung may sugpon pa kita na diri class like 10, 11, 12, so, ara, no, nga itong output. Kaya, hasta siya 9 mo, madugang pa kita every other. So, 9, 10, 11, every other 2. 2 ang atong steps. Okay? So, that is for slicing the first dimensional or one-dimensional array. So, okay, so until here lang kita class. So, next week we will be discussing another set of data manipulation or array manipulation under sa Numpy class. So, I hope you learned something. And if you have any question, you please take down notes and we can have the Q&A before we start our next topic, next meeting. So, that's all. Everyone, see you next week. Thank you.